Hey guys, it's DJ Silly Legs, and today we're gonna do a sort of game plan overview and move list review of Ganryu. And I want to do this similar to Eris of Winning the Puddle, his character overviews, um, and Tag 2. Man, they're comprehensive, they're amazing, and I can't live up to that, right? But I want to sort of do it in the same vein. I want to go over every move, situations where they're good, whether you should use it or not, and sort of tie it all together into sort of how I play Ganryu, right, or how I think Ganryu should best be played, right? So I mean, let's start. Good old bread and butter. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Just use 1-2. You really shouldn't continue it, because it's all highs. It's very easily ducked under, but I mean, every now and then, if you want to do a 1-2 and you want to add one more for the road, I think that's fine. But yeah, I mean, this is a great 1-2 because you can extend it, right? Now his jabs are 12 frames, right? A lot of people's jabs in DR are 8 or 10 frames, so that's a big core weakness of Ganryu, right? A lot of his moves are just slow, and especially his jabs. So you can't really panic jab, you have to panic headbutt, which we'll get to later. But yeah, so his jabs, pretty alright, besides being 12 frames. Foot stomp, I'm sorry, they are also plus on block, like +1 on block. So that's sort of the upside for them being slow. Split stomp, 4-4. I don't use this move a lot. I think it's okay if you're at like this range and they're not gonna crouch to get under the 4. This mid stomp is plus on block, so I don't think this is a bad move at all. I just don't often use it because it's just kind of whatever. But hey, plus on block moves are I don't want to say few and far between, but there's not that many that are like, oh, overly so good. They're kind of good because they're plus on block, and then that's one of these moves where it's just like, yeah, this follow up is fine because or it leaves them crouching. So yeah. Left high kick, the split stomp. I never use this. Don't use Sumo Stampede. It's also bad. I've had one time where I've hit somebody with the 4 on this. Kind of caught him off guard. Don't use it. Double hammer, 1+2, 1+2. This, well, let me rephrase, okay. 1+2 is a great move. It hits grounded. Like that. It's safe on block. The threat of the second 1+2 is better than the actual the second 1+2 itself. You see what I'm saying? It's better to just never do the string. I mean, maybe do it once, than to keep doing it over and over, because it's not punishable on block. So just use this. Just use 1+2. It's perfect. Great move. Double hammer sumo charge. I haven't really dove into this rabbit hole, this 1+2 into sumo charge, but I kind of want to, because of course you can cancel sumo charge and things, so this kind of adds to the layers. Are you gonna do a second 1+2, which you shouldn't? Are you gonna cancel a sumo charge? It just depends on how active the opponent is. If they like to just sit there and block, then yeah, give it a try. Or go into sumo and then go into 2. So I haven't really tried it, but I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it has its uses. Sit and the sit mix-ups. I don't do these very often because it's slow. But I think it's like alright for like a stance mix-up thing, because the sit goes under highs. I would just use sit 1. It's fine. A lot of people get hit by it. Although the sit 2, I mean, it's like a 40 damage low, and it's really fast, so it's fine too. Oh, and then the roll. I like the roll. I mean, it's a high damage low. Uh, the punish on it, you know, it's hard to punish it well. People usually just like, well, not that. They're usually down for it, you know. Splits. I don't use this move at all. Although I think it can be good because it's very evasive, of course. I just really haven't explored it, but I think it can be good if you're trying to really throw up. I mean, look how far you get to the side if you do the side step, and then, well, you want to cancel it near the end into another side step. I mean, you're all the way on the back of it almost. So, I think this sort of evasive part from the splits is good, but I haven't really explored it very often. Ducking Palm. This is a fantastic mid. It throws him away on counter hit. Of course, that means it could also wall splat on counter hit. And it goes under highs. I think it is unsafe on block, but I mean, look at this range. It's got such good range that it's probably pretty difficult to punish on block sometimes for some characters. 2-1. This is pretty good. You know, it's a little plus on block, a little plus on hit. That's okay damage. It's nothing like fantastic. It's just it's fine. Stomp kick. Don't use this. Sumo rush. I like sumo rush because it's a high crush and does good damage. And honestly, it hits a lot from like this range. You know, if people want to come in, people want to. A lot of times, sumo rush will win because they want to come in and do their fastest move, right? They want to do a high. Or they want to do a mid. But if they're coming in and then doing a mid, right? If I'm back here and I see them just from moving forward, I do a sumo rush. Oftentimes, it'll hit. It is steppable. I'm not saying that's the best way to use the move. It's just know that you have a high crush mid ready to go. Safe on block. Steppable, but you know, good luck. It has to be a good step, right? So yeah, I use this as my go-to sort of high crush mid. Freight train combo. You should be using this all the time, 24/7, 365. You should be using just down forward 1 itself, down forward 1-4, and you know, finally finishing the string. This is amazing. You should be using this move constantly. His down forward 2 is also very good because it has a built-in mix-up, right? You can continue after the down forward 2, and it'll punish somebody's mix-up. So it's 16 frames, so that's kind of its weakness. It's not a 15-frame launcher, it's 16 frames. But you get good damage off of it. 54 damage, you know, not bad. And it's, you know, it's a mix-up on whether it's a mix-up for the opponent on if they can even punish it. So, very, very good down forward 2. You can kind of just throw it out. The range isn't very good, though. You really need to be close. Because it's pretty whiff punishable. Kick and pull. Probably his best move. You should be using this move all the time. It's very, very plus on hit. I mean, look at it. 17 damage is a chunk of damage. The range is okay. It also tracks very, very well. This is like your go-to tracking move, honestly. Very good. I use this move constantly. It also hits on grounded opponents. Freight train, which is just the down forward 1 thing, but which is the down forward 4 in 1. Also a fantastic move. Should be using this all the time, especially from like this range. And the opponent wants to come in. That's when you use that. I wouldn't use it right here. I mean, you can, but it's predictable because after the down forward 4, you know, you're either gonna do nothing or go into the high. So a lot of people will duck. So you could just do down forward 4 and on block, and they think they're gonna duck, and you know, do that. So good to mix up with the down forward 1. Ganryu combo, also one of his best moves. If these 2 moves hit, and the last move's gonna hit, it is the last move is punishable on block. the one that's punished one block. But you don't have to. You know, you can just do the first part of it, and you're totally good. So yeah, this is a fantastic move. Totally safe on block. Totally hit confirmable too. It's the last hit. And then you can even do like cheeky things like this. Like even if this hits, you know, you can go into a throw. And that does, you know, that was like what? This is 16 into 40 to 56 instead of 37. But I mean that goes like deep into the layers. That goes deep into my games. You know. Use that sparingly. Thunder Palm. One of his best lows. I mean, just look at that. Gets you a free down 4-3. Yeah. Also, we'll go under some highs. Fantastic one. Rock Cleaving Palm. Your plus on block mid. I don't use this too often, but I think it's alright. Because it's plus on block. The range is okay. So yeah. Kinda if your opponent's just like chilling out, you know, they're not pressing a lot of buttons, you wanna push some offense, good move to go to. Kabuki Palm. This is a chip low. You should use this as a chip low from this range, and boom, you just hit them once, 15 damage. Hard to punish if they block it. It has some startup, but who's expecting the low from here? You know, and you can go for like twice if you want, I guess. You know, to close out a round. Yeah. Very good low from this range specifically. Just for that little chip. Stomp. I use this move on accident, thinking I'm playing Tekken 6 and onboard Ganryu. Don't use this move. I tried to use it and like, oh, what if the, you know, if the opponent's staying on the ground, but it's so easy to react to, don't use it. Pedal press. Fantastic move. Very, just, you can use it over and over again. It is steppable. But it's really plus. It's plus on. It's like +1 on block. And this little stagger they do is kind of the key of it. You know, they stagger backwards. If you do down 1+2 and then back up, I can promise you people will whiff moves, especially when they block it. They want to press and they're gonna whiff, and then you know you be ready with a down 4-2 or a down 4-1, you know, something like that. Yeah, so that's what I like most about this move, is that little stagger backwards, because it makes it very easy to whiff if somebody wants to do sort of an immediate timing mash or something like that, to try to, because they're expecting you to do some sort of pressure. So yeah. Sumo Sweep, this is his Snake Edge. It's pretty good. You know, you get 50 damage off it, so I find the combo to be kind of difficult. I drop it often. But I'm pretty sure it goes under highs. It is reactable, but I mean, you know, if you use it and the person doesn't block, just keep using it. You know, it's good reward. Sumo Tackle. You already kind of went into Sumo Tackle with a 1+2. You know, it's got different sort of canceling options. The two gives you a full combo. It does a shit ton of damage if you actually want to let it rock, and then it can also go into splits and be evasive. So, out of, you know, the different unblockables, it's a fine unblockable. Sumo Hammer. I try not to use a string, but it sort of has a siren call, in my opinion, because it tracks to the background. So, you know, if you want to catch steps, it's a pretty good option to catch steps. And on counter hit, the string is guaranteed on counter hit. Does 54 damage. I mean, it's a chunk, man. So like sometimes I just throw it out just because I hope it'll counter hit. Right? That's not a very good idea, but like if you do, I mean the round's almost over, right? And then the last hit is the stone cutting. So it forces crouch. So you're not like at advantage, but it's not a bad situation. A lot of people will block the first hit, duck the second hit, but then get hit by the last hit. Right? Their punish gets hit by the last hit. No, that's not all the time, but yeah. So not a bad string, but don't use it too often because back one is very slow. But again, if you counter hit, very high reward. Salt upper. You should use this move when you accidentally press it, and then you should never use it again. It's a bad move. Headbutt. So this is your 10 frame option. This is your panic move. It's not a very good panic move, honestly, because it's like -10 on block. It's very steppable both ways. Maybe it tracks one way, but it's definitely steppable. And it's -10 on block. The upside of it is that it is a very strong counter hit. 39 damage for a 10 frame counter hit. And you'll get that counter hit a lot, honestly, because people think they can bully Ganryu, because usually they can, because his jabs are very slow. You know, he doesn't really have any, he doesn't have any good low crush options either. We'll get to that in a second. So people will just try to bulldoze you, and so you'll often have moments where you can headbutt because they're expecting to be able to push their offense more compared to fighting other characters. And so yeah, you should use headbutt basically all the time, because you need to, otherwise you have these 12 frame jabs. Yeah. Jamming palm. I've never used this move, although I think it might be kind of okay because it's a low crush. The move comes out quick, right? You can just do like a neutral, or honestly, if you want to use the move, use it like this. This is the best way to use the move. This is kind of like a budget Anna up back 4, right? It's not as good as it, but it sort of achieves the same purpose. Leaves a hitbox, and you're moving your hurt box backwards, and you're crushing lows. So, if you want to use the move, use it like this. Flying press. This is my go-to low crush. This is not a good move, but it's all you got for low crush, really, besides jamming palm, right? And it is very high damage, 28 damage. So use this if the opponent is, dig jabbing a lot, or if you think they're gonna, go for a chip low that's not really punishable on block. That's when you should use flying press. Sumo squash. I don't use this move. The only time you should use this move is like, well, you should just use the down forward 2 combo, right? But if somebody's staying on the ground, that's when you should use the move. Use the move when somebody does not want to get off the ground. Excuse me. Kamikaze kick. Don't use this move. Double step in palm. This is a pretty good move because it tracks. It combos into 1+2. 1 second, sorry, my inputs are terrible. There we go. So yeah, it tracks, combos, and safe on block. So, fine move. Not the best thing in the world, but definitely good. Sekitori kick. I use this move on accident. Don't use this move. Sumo swat. This is a fantastic backswing blow. Yeah, you should use this backswing blow all the time if you're that kind of player that likes to go for hard reads. In this range, it's very good. I'm not sure if you get a guaranteed throw, but you can definitely go for it. Sumo pop. This is like his best launcher. This is amazing. It's pretty much safe on block. It like knocks, kind of has all pushback. The highest damage I've seen or I've been able to find is 58. Back 1-on-1, very easy combo. Yeah, I mean, like, low risk, high reward. Fantastic move. Strong open palm. Just use this instead. Like, just use one. No need to use this. Except maybe, like, it's less, less whiff punishable. But it kind of has some heavy startup, But yeah, not bad. I would just use Sumo Pop more. Thrusting uppercut, water rising 2. fine move, pretty generic. Rising double hammer. I like this move because it's plus unblock. That's what you should be using this for. You should be using it for plus frames. Hammer rush high. This whole crouching sequence is a high, mid, and a low. I don't really use these. They're not bad. They can be punch parried. Yeah, I wouldn't use them too often compared to like other moves, but they're not like horrible. Rising double palm. You should just be using both 1+2s. You never really need to use just one because can't really combo off of it. Falling hammer, sidestep 1. This is a fine move because it does a absolute butt ton of damage. You can get 41 damage off of it, but it's a high and it's slow. And if you whiff it, you'll die because it's got a very long whiff recovery. But yeah, not a bad move. I think it might track too. Falling statue. I still haven't got to use this move. I can't wait to use it. I don't think it's a good one, but I like to use it. Spring hammer punch. Fantastic move, man. Fantastic. Like, that makes Ganryu's ground game better than most, right? So, good move. 10-hit combo, don't use it. Grab. So this is a normal hit, 6-way mix-up. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1+2, and 3+4. Now, you should not use 1 or 2. Why? Because that's what most people press when they get grabbed. You should be pressing 3 or 4, but really, you should press 1+2 or 3+4. Because the highest damage, and most people aren't going to press it. Especially 3+4, most people aren't going to press 3+4. And you get a down for 1. So, it does even more damage than 1+2, because this does 53, but you don't get a down for 1, right? And this does 47 with 17 damage, so that does, quick math, 57, 64 damage. You know, off of dang a normal hit mid that tracks. It tracks to the background. So, yeah, extremely good move. Just use it all the time. The only thing is you have to be careful with whiffing it, because it has pretty short range, and big recovery. But it also, you see that, like, it kind of has a little bit of phantom range there, kind of sucked them in, right? So, but just be careful with whiffing it. Then we got the generic throws, pedal press from behind. So this, you'll use pedal press from behind when you do that. Do his punch parry. And from behind, it does this. Pushes them, and I'm pretty sure you get a guaranteed sumo smash. I've never had anybody block it. So, on a punch parry, you get this from the back, you get a guaranteed thing. It's a crap ton of damage. So always use his punch parry. His punch parry is fantastic. Forward to forward, 1+4 is bad. Don't use it compared to 3-2, because this gives you guaranteed down 4-3. So don't really use this. Not good. Just use this. If you want to do like a you want a 1+2 break grab. Alright, so that is the Ganryu move list. For general game plan, do down forward 1, down forward 1-4, down forward 3. Just do, it's small stuff. You play Ganryu small and reserved and defensive, right? Because you just make people guess on your strings. Do multiple down forward 3s. You're playing small stuff. It's just like real good fundamental Tekken, man. And he's strong, right? He's a strong character. It's not like you have to like work hard, right? This stuff isn't hard to do. It's about the mind games for the opponent. You know, a lot of times when you're playing Ganryu, like, you can be in the driver's seat, man. He's a very driver's seat level character. And then you can have, like, big launchers, like Sumo Pop. If I can do it, Sumo Pop, you know? Like, so he can play small Tekken, you know, just mix up his strings, down 2-1, you know, down forward, 1+2. Like, he's just so good at small offense that's like low risk, pretty high reward. Yeah, so just play him small, play him fast. You can play him reserved, and that's fine too. He's a very versatile character. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this helps people. Go out and play some DR.